Hi guys, welcome to Verbling. My name is Joe, and today we're going to work on our listening skills. So what we're going to be doing is watching a TED Talk, which is called How Language Transformed Reality by Mark Pagel. So we're going to be watching that and then discussing it. So if you're watching this right now, then you should see my screen live. What I'm going to do right now is show you guys how to get free reservations for the class. So if we take a look at my screen, you'll see this. And if you look up here, you'll see Get Reservations. So click on that. Then you're going to want to go to Invite Friends, which will bring you to this page. So right here, you'll have your special link. So it's unique to you. And what you have to do is share it on Facebook, Twitter, your email contacts, wherever. And then for each person that signs up, you'll get one free reservation. So that's how that works. Oh, Inma, hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
I'm fine, thanks. What about you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Where are you from?
I'm from Spain.
From where?
Southern Spain.
Southern Spain. Ah, okay, what city?
Do you know Andalusia?
Uh-huh. This city or the
It's a region.
Yeah, like the
And
state.
it's cities.
Okay, and are you from the city?
I'm from Malaga. It is close
okay.
to...
Yes, I know where Malaga is.
Have you been there?
I've been to Granada, but not Malaga.
Ah, yes, that's my neighboring city.
Oh, wow, that's really cool. Huh. That's awesome. Okay, so I think we have some more people joining us. So we'll go ahead and get started. Hi guys, my name is Joe. If you don't have any headphones, please grab some. That way we don't have any background noise. But a little bit about myself. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. I live in Tucson, Arizona, which is south. And today, what we're going to be doing is working on our listening skills. So if you didn't see in the description, we're going to be watching a video called How Language Transformed Humanity, which I know I typed reality up here, but I meant humanity. So we're going to be watching that today. But before we do that, I'd like everybody to introduce themselves by saying your name, where you're from, and how about your favorite type of juice? So I'll go first. My name's Joe. I'm from the United States, and my favorite type of juice is strawberry, banana, and orange juice mixed together. So just a blend of juices, I guess you could say. So we'll start from the very left with Anastasia. Anastasia?
Anastasia.
Anastasia. Okay, sorry. Anastasia.
Hello.
Hello. Can you introduce yourself by saying your name, where you're from, and your favorite type of juice?
My name is Anastasia. I'm from Russia. My favorite type of juice? Orange juice.
Orange juice? Okay. Alright, cool. Next we have Huan.
Hello, my name is Shuina from Vietnam, and my favorite drink, I think, is lemonade.
Lemonade. Okay. All
Does it
right.
count? Does it count as a juice?
I was trying to think about that. Lemonade. That's a good question because you would think of it. I don't know. I'm gonna look that up right now. Is lemonade a juice? Okay, but I'll look that up in a second. Next we have Inma.
Hello. As I said before, I'm from Spain. My name is Emma. And excuse me, can you repeat the last part?
Yeah. What is your favorite juice?
My favorite what? I don't know what is it. Can you spell it, please?
Yeah. Juice.
Lemon juice, I think.
Lemon juice. Okay. All right. Next we have Manel.
Hello, teacher. My name is Manal. I am from Algeria. My favorite juice, I like cocktails, but if it's homemade, I like to mix mandarin with orange and strawberry.
Oh wow, that sounds really good. I'll have to try that sometime. All right. Next we have Marco.
Hello, my name is Marcos Rivas. I'm from Venezuela. I like orange juice.
Orange juice. Okay. All right. Next we have Mustafa.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Mustafa. I like mango juice.
Mango juice. Mango juice is really good.
Yeah.
All right. Next we have Talita.
Hi,
Hello.
my name is Talita and I'm from Brazil. And my favorite juice is carrots, orange, and sugar beet mixed together.
Wait, carrots, orange, and banana?
No, carrots, sugar beet,
Uh-huh.
and orange.
Sugar, carrots, sugar bits, and orange. Ah, okay. I don't think I've ever had that, but it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, cool. Next we have Yusuf.
Yeah, hi everywhere. My name is Yusuf. I am from Algeria. My favorite juice is orange.
Orange juice. Okay. All right. I think that's everybody. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's one spot left for anybody that's watched. Okay, there we go. So we'll have this person introduce themselves. Krim, are you there? Your microphone may be muted since you just joined.
Hello?
There we go. Alright, Krim, would you like to introduce yourself by saying your name, where you're from, and your favorite juice?
My name is Abdel Karim, or Karim, and I'm from Algeria.
Okay, and what's your favorite juice?
My favorite juice, orange, orange juice, I guess.
Orange juice, okay.
Yes.
Alright, okay, so I think that's everybody. So, welcome everybody. Like I said, today we're going to focus on listening, because that's something that not a lot of people practice. And what we're going to be doing is watching a TED Talk. So, has everybody here seen a TED Talk before? Or does anybody know what it is?
I saw the video you sent. It was really interesting.
You saw it? Okay, good. So if you don't know what video she's talking about, in the class description is a link to a video, and it's a video. It's put on by a company called TED. It's called a TED Talk, and a TED Talk is it's a speech given about a specific topic, or somebody who's maybe researching or knows a lot about the topic, and they give a talk somewhere in the United States, and then they record the video and post it. So they have really interesting talks I've watched a few. I just found out about this site, the idea of TED Talks this year, so it's pretty new to me. I don't know how long it's been around, but it's really cool, and it's a great way to practice your listening skills if you're looking for interesting videos to watch. Because I mean, you can go on YouTube and watch videos like the Jimmy Kimmel Show, or you just find random videos and watch them. But this is really good because the talks, they have a lot of meaning, and it's just about inspiring ideas and sharing ideas. So it's really cool in that sense. And the topic of the video that we're going to be watching today is how language transformed humanity. So it's 20 minutes long, and if you didn't watch it, that's okay. But what we're going to do is watch this video. I'm going to see if we can watch it together. I'm going to see if it's on YouTube. And if it's on YouTube, then we can open up the YouTube player, the YouTube application in Google Hangout, and watch it together. So I'm going to try that real quick. And if that works, then we'll all be able to watch it together. And you guys can pause it and ask questions. Okay, it is on here. So what that means for you guys is I need you to look at this side and look at the icons or the applications. So there's one that says chat, screen share, capture, cameraman, verbling classes, and then you might see YouTube or view more apps. Click on the YouTube app, or click on view more apps, and then click on YouTube. Yes, Yusuf, it's 20 minutes. They're long. Some of them are short, but this one happens to be a little bit longer. And if you're wondering why I decided.
Sorry, teacher. Sorry.
Yes.
We must to listen all the video.
Yes, we're gonna watch all the video because the more that you're listening to native speakers, the more that it's gonna improve your English. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now.
In a second, I'm gonna pull it up. What you need to do is open up the YouTube app, and not all of you have it open. Karim,
Yes.
Mustafa, and Yusuf.
Yes.
You guys do not have the YouTube video.
Yeah, I know, but I will show it on my YouTube because it's fast to me.
Okay.
No, I have the video. I will
Hello?
download it.
Yes. What you can do, Karim, is open up the YouTube app. So here, watch my screen. I'm gonna show you guys on my screen. Same with you, Yusuf. Watch this. So you see invite people, chat, screen share, capture, cameraman, verbling classes. This is the YouTube app.
Yes.
So click on that and open that up.
Oh, okay.
Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, did you click on it?
Ooh.
Okay. So Yusuf, I guess you can just watch the video on your own computer, or you can open it up and watch it.
I can't do it.
I'm sorry, one question.
Yes.
I can't watch it here.
Okay, maybe. Okay, sorry, Marcos. One sec. Okay, Yusuf, Manel posted the link, so it's right here. So just open that up, and then we're gonna watch it in the YouTube app since it's working for us. I'm sorry, I don't know why it's not working for you, but you can watch it alongside on your computer with us. Is that okay? Yusuf?
Hey, sir.
Okay, Marco, you had a question.
I open the link.
Okay, good, Yusuf. And then you can get started in 1 second. Yeah, Marco?
Okay, I do the application, the app, but the problem is that I am already in YouTube, but I can't see the how language transform reality. I can see that. I don't know why.
That's because I have not posted the video yet. Once I...
Okay.
Okay. So, Yusuf, you're going to watch it on your computer, same with Mustafa. We're going to watch it here. So what I want you guys to do while you're watching it, now, this may be a little bit hard, because because it's a speech, and they're speaking fast, etc.,
Yes.
etc. So, if you don't understand everything, that's okay, that's normal. Also, keep your mics muted, because if you're breathing, or if somebody is talking, or if you're typing like that, then people are going to hear you. So, while you're watching the video, listen for specific grammar, or not specific grammar, specific expressions and vocabulary. And then afterwards we will answer those questions. And Manel said...
And when we don't understand some words, we can
try and write them down and as best as you can, and then I'll try and answer them, or write down the minutes and the seconds where it is. So if it's at 5 minutes and 5 seconds, then write down, Joe, there's a word at 5 minutes 5 seconds.
Okay.
And also, one other thing, for all of you that are watching it in the YouTube app, if you pause it, then it pauses it for everybody. If you play it, it plays it for everybody. So if you have a question, you can do that.
Sorry.
That's okay, that's okay. But if you have a question, pause it, and then you can ask, because it's more than likely that somebody else also has a question. Okay, here we go. Okay. So, that's the end of the video. I know it was kind of long, 20 minutes is pretty long, but it's good practice. Even if you don't understand everything and you're just watching it and trying to pick up as much as you can. What did you guys think of that video?
It's really hard to understand because I used to listen the teachers of verbally, but I don't used to listen this kind of interview in English. So it's really difficult to me to follow the video, to know everything about what he talked about.
Yeah. Okay, that's completely normal. That's another reason.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello. Okay, my opinion is the video is very hard. I know that, but the most important is very deep because speak about the civilization, you know, the history about our language or many language, and what is the reason or the main reason that is very important to keep the language and keep speak with other person, because you can improve, you can learn many things with the language, you know, and the language it's not only with word. You can learn, you can speak with many things, many ways, and I think that's the particular one specific topic in the conversation or the video is the many language around the world. We know that, but the means about that is the colonization, you know, the English royal kings and America, for example, about the English and the Spanish, you know. The origin is that the colonization here, for example, and the language is the transmits many culture around the world by that way, you know.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean the island of Papua New Guinea. I mean, I wonder how big it is. But you know, to have 800 to 1,000 languages, and every 3 miles there's a new language, that's amazing. I mean, I wonder. I feel like if you were placed in that situation, or if you grew up in that situation, where there are all these languages nearby, you would kind of have to learn multiple languages. So I'm guessing those people speak 1, 2, 3, 4 languages. Human, you said you missed the last 3 minutes, so he kind of just sums it up and says that it's okay. Hold on, let's see if I can show you a little bit. Okay, I can't pause the video. Can somebody pause it, please?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. So at the last was that where he brought up the Chinese man. He's just talking about some of the problems we face since we have so many languages in the world. So for example, this Chinese man, and you know Chinese is the #1 spoken language in the world, and this Chinese man is translating these expressions from English or Chinese to English, I think. So he was saying how language limits our not our productivity, but the things we can do, and it limits like technology, for example. So it limits a lot of cooperation in the world, but it also sets us apart and gives us something to identify with. We can identify with other people who have the same language as us. So that's his main point at the end. But yeah, Marco, what you said, I think you're absolutely right. It's interesting to see the beginning of language and how it's transformed society. And when he gave that the example of the two people trying to trade, I thought that was really interesting because that guy could have died if he didn't have language. Because if this guy thinks it's a gift and walks away,
and more one opinion. It's that finally, when the generation is coming, specifically right now, that we don't have a colonization. This other situation because the economic or something like that. It's very important. For example, the Chinese idioms because. And it's very complicated to maintain the business with other country if you don't know what is the language. For example, at the cooperation with the Chinese and business with the Chinese, you have to learn Chinese items. It's very important right now to get together the business learn English or Chinese, for example. Right now it's very different. That's the history,
Exactly. Does anybody else have any thoughts about the video that you'd like to share?
Yeah, actually, speaking a language is so important to communication with others, but also he mentioned to the ancient people before many thousand years. I don't completely agree with him because I don't know, he just said like we are more intelligent than people in ancient thousand years like this.
Oh yes.
I don't agree. I don't agree because very ancient people discovered the ship, discovered many things that we use today, and there are many secrets in many ancient buildings we can't solve it to this time. So, but the difference is how we need to adapt. So in ancient age, people don't need to use like cell phone or communication with each other like this time. So this is the difference because teacher, like how
I understand what you're saying.
People always learning from ancient people. So for example, we learned from Einstein, we learned from other scientists who now is dead, and we try to complete what they done. So that's what we did.
I think you're absolutely right, Mustafa. It makes sense because the ancient, and make sure it sounded like you were saying Asian, but you want to make sure you say ancient, and make sure you have the T. There you go, because so that way people I think you're right though, because they didn't need computers, they didn't need cell phones, they didn't need cars, etc. So it's interesting to think about our history and how we've developed as societies in the world, but it's also cool to experience I guess you could say ancient times, kind of. So what I mean by that is by going, for example, I went to Panama, and I went and visited a village. And when I say village, it was you had to drive there, and they didn't have cars. It was just a small community, and they built their houses themselves. They put in irrigation themselves, which irrigation is like running water, so that they had sinks and stuff. They had solar panels, which, I mean, that's new, but that gave them light at night. It was cool to see all of these things because, I mean, they did have a TV, but everything else was pretty much
Teacher,
ancient.
actually, they don't need that. They don't need that because
Yeah,
you know, they just live simple life without this complex life. So they just want to live no more. And when the scientific is advanced, we need that to communicate because we need to transfer our scientists from different country. We need to communicate with each other. We need that. So this is the difference.
Yeah, that's hard because, you know, this scientist is studying this, like language, and also this scientist over on the other side of the world is also studying language, but they don't speak the same language, so it's less likely that they'll cooperate and communicate. Yeah. I think that was a good point you brought up, Mustafa. Does anybody else have any thoughts that they'd like to share?
I don't know if his one point was that we should have a common language among the whole world.
A common knowledge or a common language?
A common language.
Language, okay. Yeah. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this language. It's called Esperanto. I think that was the purpose of Esperanto, to create a language that was easy to learn, that everybody could use to communicate with each other. Now, I don't know how many Esperanto speakers there are in the world, but if you like languages, it's really something to look at and and see. Yes, well, we do have English now, which is true. I feel like more and more people are learning English every day, and it's.
But
yeah.
My question was he promoting the idea of using one common language among
was he
all of us?
promoting it? Okay. I think what he's saying, I think in a way he was, because he was saying that when we have different languages, we can't cooperate as well. Because we don't speak the same language, so it's difficult for us to communicate. And so that's why he was saying that, you know, let's say in Asia, technology is developing faster than in South America or wherever. So yeah, I think he's thinking it in a way. But then he also talks about how language gives us a sense of cultural identity. So do you guys understand that? Like, cultural identity?
Yeah, that is my point, because I'm kind of opposed the idea of having one common language for the whole and for the whole world, and forget all our native languages.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think that we should have one language, because that would take away from our cultural identity. And I don't know, I don't think the world would be as interesting. I think it would be boring, because to think of a world where everybody speaks the same language makes me think of us being all robots and speaking the same language.
Teacher?
Yes.
I don't think we can unite the whole world in one language, because as he said, the researcher said that we have more than 800 language.
8,000.
8,000 language, yes.
Yeah.
So it's hard to make one, I think.
Yeah. I mean, well, like, I'm studying linguistics, and we learned about how languages die. And what happens is, so for example, this happens very commonly in the United States with Spanish speakers. There are tons of Spanish speakers, especially in the state that I live, Arizona, because our borders touch Mexico. So we have a lot of Spanish speakers. And now what happens is, in the public schools in Arizona, the instruction or the teaching is in English. Now, if it's all in English, and at home there's a Spanish family and they speak Spanish at home, and the kids speak English in school, which makes sense. Then what happens is when those kids grow up, they still speak Spanish with their parents, and they speak English in the school. Then they have kids and send them to school, and the kids start speaking English, and then the parents they might teach them Spanish, they might not.
Yes.
And then what happens is you have this just flow where everybody's learning English, and Spanish, the number of Spanish speakers goes down in the family. And then what happens is the kids grow up and they never learn Spanish, and then they can't talk to their grandparents because their grandparents only speak Spanish. But what happens is then the Spanish language dies in that family. And that's how languages die.
Yes.
And it stinks because I don't know. I think languages are really cool. I think it's a great way to learn about another culture. It's a great way to learn about your own culture, because you can compare them. But it's. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen while any of us are alive, because there are, like he said, 7,000 to 8,000 languages. But maybe one day.
Yes, maybe one day English will be dominated.
Yeah. I mean, I hope not. I don't know.
But I don't think that Spanish is gonna die, because I feel like all people in the United States are learning Spanish.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I haven't studied linguistics a lot, or just Spanish in general, and like the languages in the United States. But what I feel like is less people studied Spanish, like my parents' generation. My parents, neither of them speak Spanish. My mom studied French in high school, and I think my dad studied a little bit of Spanish. But either way, I don't think learning languages was as popular. I'm not sure. And I feel like nowadays, language learning is going up. People are starting to learn Portuguese, or not Portuguese. I just read something. Starting to learn languages. So I think people are promoting it more. For example, in my high school, they say that in high school you should study 2 years at least of the same language to get into university or get into college. And even in college you have to take 4 semesters. So I think language learning is going up, and they say that the number of Spanish speakers is going up in the United States. So even though in the United States we don't have an official language, English is not the official language. I mean, everything is written in English, like all the laws, obviously. But, one day there are going to be more Spanish speakers in the United States than English speakers. So it's really cool, and it's cool to think about, what's going to happen in the future. And I don't know how often new languages are created, because I mean, I know that they say languages die quickly, but I'm wondering how often new languages are created. I think that would be something cool to look into. So we have 4 minutes left. I was going to ask you guys a few questions, but what I wanted to ask was, how has learning English affected me? Or not me. How has learning English affected you guys? In what ways has it affected you? What has it done for you? Or what has happened as a result of you guys learning English?
Well,
Hello?
Marco, so we'll have Manel and then
Okay.
Okay. Well, personally, I started learning English by myself when I was in middle school, and its effects on me right now, like what I see is I'm more privileged. I have more privileges in university because I study English, and most of my study mates and my study mates, they are not as as good as me. I'm not good yet, but I try.
But yeah, you're working on it, which is good.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. And Marco, did you want to share something?
Yes, I am a mechanical engineer. I work with a pipe of the industry, refinery, something like that, petroleum. And it's very important to handle the English standard. For example, ASME, American Society Mechanical Engineer, other codes, and it's really important to understand what is the rules and to procure or buy many equipments and really big equipment in other countries, and I need to know about all specification and data sheet, for example, and handle very good in English to communicate and solicitate at that device, for example.
Exactly, yeah. So it's going to help you with your job because, I mean, when I first started using Verbling, I spoke with a lot of engineers, and they're always saying, yes, I need it for my job, I need it for my job, because English is starting to be the language, the universal language to communicate in, and, especially among engineers. Yeah, that's cool. Anybody else? How has learning English affected you?
I think it's not just because of study and work. It's also about your perspective. When you learn language, you expand your you get to know many ideas, many opinions, and you become more accepted to others' ideas or opinions. You become more open-minded.
Yeah, that is a great word. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also for me, I think that English, a lot of people do a lot of things in English, and in my native language, they don't do a lot of things because we are a small part of the world. So when I get to know English, I get to access to more knowledge and a lot of other cultural stuff that I have never known before.
Yeah, exactly. It opens more doors for you. That's amazing. Okay, so that's now we've come to the end of the class. One article I want to share real quick. It's kind of a funny article. My Spanish teacher shared it with me. It's long, but it's cool to look at because it talks about bilingualism. It says how being bilingual can make your brain badass. So it's a cool article. Check it out if you'd like. It's in English. But I would just want to say thank you guys for coming. Thank you for participating. I know this video was a little bit long, but hopefully you enjoyed it. And maybe you picked up a few new words or expressions. But it's all practice, and watching these TED Talks will help a lot with comprehension and listening. So practice that if it was difficult for you. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for coming. Have a nice day.
Yes. Bye.
Thank you.